What's up? What's up, guys and girls? Chris here. Awesome to have you in the Leader Circle, first of all, and super fun hanging out. As always, let me just jump in here, make sure we're all rocking and rolling from the way it looks and sounds, and we'll be off to the races. And we're going to answer testimonial questions today. So this is a really, honestly, common question that comes up. I just never thought to answer it this way, but thanks, Hannah, for asking this question. And we want to make sure that we get the right testimonials because that's such a big deal, right? In your sales pages, if you're doing webinars, if you have a regular website, whatever you're doing, testimonials speak so much about you and your expertise. People a place to lean in on and actually connect and make sure that they're actually like work with you and that they can trust you, and that even if they've never met anyone else who's worked with you, they know that you're the real deal. So getting that testimonial and making sure it's on point is so critical. All right, so let me just make sure I can find our video here on my phone. And let me know if you're getting good audio video. There we are. Dennis, yes, Robert, awesome. Great to see you guys. All right, so let's talk testimonials. First up, and again, as always, ask questions as we go along. Make sure I get to clarify the right stuff. Super interested in this, Robert. Yeah, no kidding, me too. And there's a way to do this. There's so many cool ways to do this. So first up, let's just talk the theory behind a testimonial, and then we'll get into the practical pieces of actually how to get it done in an efficient way and in a highly profitable way. Let's just say that. So, Dennis, hey, Peter, awesome. Hey, man, it's great to see you, dude. Brenda, good morning. Great to see you. So, testimonials, the theory behind, here's the reason we do this. If you don't have testimonials, listen close. If you have a few, listen close. If you have a ton of them, listen close because you make craft the right way. Testimonials are simply, it's like a referral. It's a way for someone else, an outside party, to transfer trust. All right, so let's think human behavior here. Google reviews, Facebook reviews, 5 stars, Yelp, whatever you use, all that's doing for you or anybody else is it's giving credibility to a brand. It's borrowing someone else's trust. Hopefully they're not paid. Hopefully they're real. You know, sometimes we're shopping on Amazon, you kind of wonder, are all the reviews real? Some are, some aren't. We know there's the real world of hacks in there. But testimonials, particularly when they're written out, long form, paragraph form, or video, it's really hard for anybody to think skeptically about that because it's so just right there. It's not just clicking 5 stars and moving on. So testimonials transfer trust from another person's experience to you or to your client and helps them get over the barriers. When in the sales process, there's lots of little, let's say there's little hurdles that sometimes it's like running a sprint. You know, you watch the Summer Olympics, which aren't going to happen right now. Oh my gosh, it's kind of sad. But you watch the Olympics and the sprinters out there and they're doing their thing and they're jumping over those little hurdles right along the track. And there's lots of hurdles between your prospect and actually their buying action, that crossing the finish line. And so getting them through those hurdles quickly and efficiently is important. Testimonials are a great way to get through some of the major hurdles of just, can I trust you? I've never met you. How do I know you're legit? To even specific hurdles like, is the price worth it? Or are you actually an expert in this? Or yeah, but can I see examples? Like there's lots of hurdles that go over through testimonials that just clear the testimonials, actually just remove the hurdles. It just takes them off the track. Just let your prospects run. Make the space between where they are now and the buying decision as smooth and clear and clean as possible. Okay, so let's talk about how to get those testimonials. In our agency, we have a really structured process and a way to do that. It actually starts when the prospect is new. So the person we're going to get testimonials from, like a year from now, that conversation starts when they're a prospect. So we are actually letting them know, hey, we're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're in our community. We're so glad you're joining in as a client. You know, the only way we found you was because so-and-so referred you, or because of these testimonials. We're so glad you were able to see those. What did those testimonials mean to you? What did that referral source mean to you? We really ask the question in the early stages, even before a discovery call, like when they're first calling us to say, hey, can we engage your group in an engagement to get marketing done or whatever? We actually ask them, so how'd you hear about us? Why do you trust us enough to call us? There's so many places you could call. Well, I saw the testimonials on your website. Awesome. Which one specifically really meant something to you? All right, a lot going on there. Couple things. First off, one, I'm prepping them that testimonials are important. they're going to see the value of that because they leaned in on that. I want them to see the value of that and become a good testimonial for us in the future. Also, I'm learning what's really going on in their head. What were the key hurdles that they were able to overcome in the testimonial process? Because those key hurdles that they were able to step over to make that initial phone call are the things that I need to make sure I'm listening for and aware of as we're going through the sales process, right? Those are going to be some of the bigger emotional catches and decision points that they have to work on to overcome to become a client of ours. Okay. So we start that early on. Then even in the early discovery phase and in the client onboarding phase, and while we're actually executing the work, we're reminding them how important those testimonials are. We're helping them build their own testimonials. We're really talking testimonials. So when it comes time for us to ask for testimonials from an existing client, we've got that primed and ready. All right, we're going to get to practically how to do it in a second. Let's talk about people who aren't existing clients, though. You can prime those relationships that you currently have and let them know, hey, we've known each other for years, been great friends, we've been colleagues, we've been neighbors, we've been connected through social events or nonprofits in our city, whatever it is. You can lean in on any relationship you have and say, hey, would you mind just leaving me a short testimonial, video or in person, a written or video, something like that. Just letting people know that you trust me and that you think I'm good at what I do. That sounds silly, but it's not. It really does work. And we just send out a templated text or email, change the names, change a few little details to make it relevant to anybody we can think of that's a trusted relationship we have, even if they're not a client, and just letting them know, hey, we're building out a new brand for our work, and we're actually trying to reach this certain niche. And we would love it if you could just jump on your iPhone, pull it up, leave a quick testimonial, just telling folks that you trust me and that we've been connected for a while and that I'm a great person to work with. People do it all the time for me. It's so easy simply because we ask, and people want to help you. So just simply ask. So that's how we ask random relationships. Okay. We're going to get way more into tactics here in a second on how to get that very specifically niche down to what you want them to say, because that's important. If it's an existing relationship, it's an existing client, then we're going to go a little farther. And I'm going to do one thing before I ask for testimonial. Referrals are more important than testimonials. Okay. A referral is a direct connection that comes with a testimonial because it's leaning on your current client's trust. But them referring you to a new person is like the ultimate testimonial. It's them saying, not just you got to work with Chris, but you got to work with Chris and I want to connect you. I want to actually get that phone call, that Zoom call, that meeting actually hooked up. You've got to meet with Chris. That's the best. So we go after referrals first, then testimonials like later, like a month or two later, kind of after the dust is settled and we've been able to thank them for the referrals and they've seen success there. We let them know, hey, you referred us to so-and-so. That was a fantastic meeting. They're the best people ever. Thank you so much. If they feel that success and that momentum and the happiness around the community of referring us, then they're going to feel great about the testimonial. So then we reach back out and I go through the same templated format. All right. A text or an email. And I just reach out to them and say, hey, we're building out and enriching our pages, our brand, our website, whatever. And we would love to have you, because we know you, we'd love to have you leave a testimonial and be spotlighted on our website, our branding, our funnel page, whatever it is for you. I really emphasize to them that we want them to be spotlighted and we want to highlight their work. We love to link your company from our page so people can find out more about you to your personal branded page, social, whatever they want to bring traffic to. We give them an opportunity to actually connect to our brand because I want to show off their website. My team was the one who helped design it. I want to show off their brand. My team helped design it. I also want them to find new people. If they can find a new client out of someone that we're working with or bringing into our organization, if that can be helped by reaching out to them too, awesome. Everybody wins. So they love being spotlighted. We present that way. They love having another source for traffic coming to their site. And they love the relationship aspect of it. Let me make sure I'm not. What's up, Lila? Awesome. Diesel, great to see you all. Sorry, I'm missing everybody. Sheridan, great to see you. Derek, awesome. Good morning. And Chantel, great to see you too. Mark, way to go, man. Good to see you, bud. So let's make sure that we're getting those referrals, not referrals, but those testimonials asked for in a really positive way. So we're actually spinning that, not just will you give me, but will you allow me to highlight you and show what you're doing on our website? I've learned that over the years because I've seen other amazing brands do the same thing. We've just crafted it for the creative agency space in a way that really works well. So we always want to make sure we link back to their website if they like that, and then we give them a chance to be highlighted. Another way to ask is to let them know, hey, we would love to write a bit of a success story around you. You've been an amazing client. Can we just jump on a 30-minute call and record it and just ask you a series of 5 questions? Kimberly on my staff does all of those for us, and we do a lot of those for our clients as well. She'll spend 30 minutes on a Zoom call, record it. She'll ask them a series of 5 to 10 questions about their experience, how their brand has grown, their success as an entrepreneur, just really about them. And in that process, we get a few questions in there about why they chose Scenthold, my creative agency, or why they chose to work with us, what made that path happen for them, that kind of thing. And it really gives them another chance to be spotlighted. We build a success story around them. We post it on our website, and they love that. And I love that. And it's so much good credibility for both sides. Beautiful system. All right. If you want to keep it simple and you just want like a paragraph and a picture, like, right, if it's written, usually people you see the testimonial hosts or the author's picture, their little name and title, whatever they do underneath there, and then a little, 2 or 3 sentence blurb of, oh my gosh, you got to work with Chris, he's the best, whatever it is. That kind of thing right there is so easy to get because you can just send, again, a little templated text or email out and just saying, hey, we would love to spotlight you on our website, would love to get a testimonial from you, and then we can link that back to your website. We'd love to introduce our clients to you and really make that happen. How can we make that happen? Is there a great time for us to just grab a quick few sentences from you? Or can you jump on a video call? Not a video call, but can you just jump on your iPhone and do a quick video? We just send them a simple message like that. If I specifically want videos, I leave out the text part and say, hey, we would specifically love a simple video testimonial. Same initial script. We'd love to highlight you. We'd love to link back to your brand. And if you can just pull up your smartphone and just simply give us a quick testimonial, take a minute or two to do it. You don't have to record it 20 times over. Just whatever comes out. We want it natural. Don't worry about your lighting. Don't worry about your background. Just a spot that works great for you and makes you feel comfortable. All right. That's kind of one set. You got to get that set up, and they say, yes, that sounds great. They typically reply back with, nobody ever just instantly sends it, by the way. So we go this in a couple of stages. They typically reply back with, absolutely would love to. In fact, I can't remember the last time anybody hasn't. It's so easy to do that. Absolutely love to. And then they will either ask intelligent questions about a video testimonial, like, would you like me to make it long or short or horizontal or portrait or, some of those kind of questions, or what would you like me to talk about, any certain topics? Sometimes they'll ask that stuff. Usually they don't. They just say, absolutely. How do I do it? How do I send it to you? They'll ask something simple like that. And so then we have a little templated document that we just simply share with them and says, hey, we'd love to have this done. And there's a couple of topics we're really trying to highlight in our brand. We want to talk about how great we are at branding, or how great we are at site design, or how great we are at whatever your strengths are. So if you don't mind talking about one of these 3 bullet points, we say 3 bullet points, talk about one of them. That keeps you focused. Otherwise, you get people like talking about, they're like holding up their phone like this, and they're like, yeah, I'd like to tell you about Chris, and they're looking at the cue card, and he's a great brand developer. No, website designer. Really great, been super for our organization. You don't want that going on. So we give them 3 bullet points, and they can pick one to talk about it. We tell them to put the card down, just simply set up the phone. We don't need a tripod or anything. We just say, hey, set up the phone horizontal or vertical, whichever way you want. We even show a little screenshot in our Google document. Set it on a bookshelf. If you have a tripod, awesome. Sit on your countertop, sit on a desk, whatever works for you, and just look at the camera and be honest. Tell people why you chose to work, why you wanted to move forward, what your life like before and after working with us, and mention one of these 3 points and how great it's been for you. That's simply what we do. And then we just say, be honest and be natural, like rig it, right? So that's how we do it. And typically, I'd say most of those get back a video review or video testimonial within like a day or 2. The ones that don't, we follow up with a week later and just be like, hey, just checking back in, I know it's a sticky thing to try to record yourself. Any hassles there, anything we help with. And they usually just say, oh my gosh, forgot, got so busy, I'll do it today. And boom, we got it. So that's how we do it. It's really, really simple. And we get really targeted, good testimonials, and we get them to mention key points in our branding that are really important. Now, the key points in our branding that we want to make sure we mention, and this is important for y'all to hear and to take action on, it's not the things that I think are best about our company. All right. That's not what I want people to mention. I want people to mention one of the three big hurdles that we've identified as we've listened and understood our market. So again, my agency works with a lot of high-end surgeons in very specialized niches around the country. And we know what those surgeons' pain points are when it comes to their communication, their branding, their marketing, how they reach out to hospitals, referring doctors, patient bases. We get that's our specialty. That's what we do. All right. You have your own specialty. It's just a niche. You know the same things about your niche. If you don't know how to do that, look down below in our Facebook feed. There's tons more videos down there. But make sure you know those pain points. Those pain points are the things we ask our testimonials to talk about, because those are the hurdles. Those are the things that really drive home our message when it comes to converting new clients. Okay. Now, in our agency, the one we have right now, we've tried all different methods, but in our agency, the one we have right now, we only take clients by referral. So the only way to get to me in our agency is if you're referred by another client, an existing client. Only way in. And the testimonials just add credibility and credence to that process. Now, if you look at our current website, we don't have any video testimonials on that current website, and that's by design. Our creative agency is a very high ticket agency, and we found that video testimonials, unless they're professionally produced, don't yield the same results for us. So we have still picture, written testimonials, and long form success stories. That's actually what reaches our market better than like if I was doing an online course or something like that, then I would absolutely have video testimonials, and then the quality and the content of that testimonial doesn't matter as much as it does if it's a $100,000 ticket. If it's a $2,000 or a $5,000 or a $10,000 ticket, those looser, more relational video testimonials are super helpful. Anyway, hope that helps on that. So hitting up some questions here. Mark, referrals are more powerful than testimonial. Absolutely. 3 bullet points, and start with pain points as a guide. Good points here. Thank you. Man, you bet, Mark. Great to see you, dude. So yes, that's the simple way. That's a simple way we do it. We just simply try to reach out and make sure we're intentional about how we reach out, and that we bring up key points we want them to mention and ask them to focus on one. And we just go. You don't have to be super structured. If you want to go horizontal or vertical, sometimes people get stuck in this kind of thing, like which way is better for your website. It just depends on how you want to lay out your website, right? Let me give you a few tips here, though. If you go and ask people to do video testimonials horizontally, then this is a really cool way to do it, because if you think about this horizontally, like right now, looking at the screen right now, most people that aren't good at filmography, right? Most people you're reaching out to, unless you're in a really niche industry that deals with film, they're not going to be great at doing this camera thing. All right. The trickiest thing to do is to look into the camera while they're talking, not look at their image. All right. So anybody who's been on camera a lot knows to look at the camera. And it just takes practice, and people feel weird about that. So if we tell them to go horizontal, then what happens is they end up in the middle of the frame. They naturally want to put themselves in the middle of the frame. So our editors then can crop that and turn it into a square testimonial. Now, square-shaped video works brilliantly on just about any platform you're going to create. And you can put it all over the place. You can line up 3 or 5 horizontally. You can put them in the sidebar next to your checkout page. Whatever you've got, squares work great. If you ask them to do horizontal, you can crop it and get squares really easily. If you ask them to go vertical, sometimes the square thing gets a little messy. It ends up, some of the videos you're going to get, they're going to be so crammed up at the top. You can still crop the bottom sometimes, but just by experience, we have way better luck when we ask people to go horizontal. Okay. If we're doing written testimonials, I make sure I'm not mixing any questions, guys. Sorry. I'm just blasting away here. It's so fun to talk about this stuff. You're doing written testimonials, then it's important to make sure you ask them, once they say yes to writing it, then you can do the same format. Hey, just talk about why you loved working with us, why you chose us, what life was before and after. And if you don't mind just mentioning one of these 3 bullet points, that'd be perfect, because people often want to know, what do we talk about? So they do that. And I also ask them, hey, once they send us the written testimonial, then I ask for an image, like a picture of theirs, profile picture, whatever their professional picture is, whatever they use on their Facebook, their Instagram, their LinkedIn, their website, whatever. Just a good professional picture of them. I get that after I get the written testimonial. Once they give you the written testimonial, one thing at a time, then you go for the image. Often we've tried to do both at the same time, and people get so hung up in which image they want to pick, they don't get to the written testimonial. Once they write the written testimonial, getting an image is super easy. All right, so getting the written testimonial is the first thing, most important thing, if that's where you're going to go, if it's not video. And then, is there anything else there? We actually, if we're going to do video or anything more than just a written testimonial, we actually get in writing a permission. Like if it's more than just like a sentence or two, we get permission to use their image and their words. We get a decent amount of written testimonials, and it's just kind of hard to keep up with that. If somebody sends us a written testimonial on their own, in an email or in a social media message, private message, whatever, and they're like, hey, I just want to give you a written testimony you can use on your site. Awesome. Permission granted. If it's video or long form, like success story, we have a document that we just make sure we get real deal permission to use their image, their video, their likeness, their words, all that stuff in any way we would like, for now and forever, anywhere in the universe. It's silly, but that's basically how that document's worded. You want to make sure you have permission. Okay. Because you're going to make money off that testimonial. That testimonial is going to help you produce income. You don't want somebody leaning back in on you later, being like, hey, about the testimonial, I think I helped you with 10% of your income last year. I'd like my cut. What? We didn't talk about that. You don't want attorneys like that. Okay. Mark, how far into the client relationship would you start the ask? What's up, Jody? I would ask as soon as you're getting good results. If you've got a happy client, go ahead and ask. Why not, right? You don't have to go for the end. Some people want to get all the way to the end of the relationship. No need. Testimonials are based on that emotional arc. So at that peak point when the emotions are high and good, assuming you're not fixing to just tank them, but you want to make sure if the emotions go in the right direction, ask for the testimonial. It's a great time to do it. Brenda, what would you do if your customers promised you a testimonial, but they don't do it? Then you send them a reminder, but they still don't do it, but they love the work that you did for them. I would jump on a call with them and just be kind of lighthearted and be like, hey, so glad about the work. Anything else you need from our agency right now? Is there anything else we could be doing differently? Just kind of get the conversation going, and then be like, oh, that testimonial we're going to do. I know it's a pain. I do them for other people. I'm sure you've done before. How can I help you get done? Because we would love to spotlight and highlight you on our website. That's the way I'd lead into that. Robert, what's up, man? Can we get a version of that contract? That's a good question, Robert. Jeffrey, thanks, man. Great to see you. Robert, no, sorry. Here's how we do that. Because of the legal ramifications of me handing out legal work, our attorneys have said be super duper careful with that. So this is not meant to be a pitch for our mastermind group. In our mastermind group, we share all that stuff because we have a different relationship. There's a paid relationship for the information exchange. Anytime we're in a free setting, our attorneys have said, don't share that kind of contractual information. Even if I say over and over, I'm not an attorney and I can't advise you, that's what my attorneys have told us to do. If you run your own group, by the way, anybody watching, or if you give that kind of information out, be super careful of giving tax or legal information, written form, or claiming that you're some kind of expert like that about legal and tax ramifications. If you're not, you can say what you do. Here's what's worked for us, but be careful with that. So great question, Robert. Sorry, dude. Call my attorney. That sounds horrible. Okay, that's it. That's how you do it. That's how it works. It's super fun. And we just simply store it up in a Google Drive. Every time, once somebody sends something into us, I respond back to them as quickly as possible and just thank them. It's such a big deal for someone to hand that kind of a trust piece to you. That's such a big deal. So thank them and let them know they're the best, because they are. They've helped you so much. and figure out a way you can do the same for them. I love trading testimonials. I think that's super fun because both sides win, and it's a fun thing to do. So anyway, that's that. I have an interview I have to be on in a few minutes for, I think it's a podcast. I'll let y'all know. Y'all can go see me act like I'm an expert in somebody else's group. It's awesome to see you guys this morning. I hate to jump right now, but I should. And I will talk to you all on Friday morning. And yeah, I have another topic written down here on my desk that I want to make sure we talk about tomorrow morning. A lot of mindset stuff going on right now. The market's shifting, by the way. There's great news happening around the country and how things are opening back up and starting to move. That's not going to directly impact every client you have right now, but it definitely impacts their emotional state and creates lots of opportunity for you to jump in on. So we need to talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, awesome to see you all. You're all the best. Sorry I have to go so soon. What's up, Michael? Great to see you, dude. And we'll talk tomorrow. See you then. Have a great day. Bye.